Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper, and in this video today, guys, I'm going to share with you the Outback Mate 500 sold by Solaaron. This thing is awesome. It's got so many features, it's not even funny, and I'll get to it here in a minute in the video, but I think one of the neatest features about this is it can accept larger solar panel inputs, direct MC4 cable put to it. And I'll cover that in a minute as well. But if you don't have off-grid power, and you want something just in case of emergency, this is definitely something you don't want to be without. So let's take a look at it now. Okay guys, so here is the box that came in the mail with the generator in it. Now I've got another box with the solar panel that I'll show you right here. This is a box that's got a 50-watt Renogy panel in it, sold by Solaaron. I'll show you that here just shortly. We'll unbox that whenever we go to do the solar test on the charge outside. But right now, I want to crack open the box, and I'll show you, after I open the lid and everything, I'll show you kind of how it's packed down in the box, and then we'll start pulling the components out. So here we have the lid open now, and it's packed really good. Got packing on both sides to keep it on the sides as well down into the bottom of the unit. Right here should be the Outback 500 user manual. And, oh my goodness. Get this up out of the box. It's not heavy, it's just very tight fit in the box. Now, some of the features here on the back that I want to cover real quick is here we have power switch for the unit itself, and now here is some MC4 cables for input direct from your panels. So that's just awesome. And right here, let's read the specs on the back. It says that has a 12 volt 35 amp hour battery. The photovoltaic input is 18 volts at 10 amps. The DC input is 12 volt at 6 amps. It's got an AC output of 110 at 60 hertz, and the DC output is 5 volts and 12 volts. So it's great to know. Got a fuse in the back. Here is to tie into an additional battery bank. Okay, so you can tap into that. Now I'm going to turn the unit around here, and the feet on the bottom catch very well and hold good. Got rubber feet on it. And we'll slide this around. Now right here you can see, I'll turn the unit on once that I've flipped the power switch in the back. Alright, now we've got our battery indicator light, we've got the charging from the panel light, AC output, and if there's a fault, got a 5 volt input here, I'm sorry, output, and then right here we have a weatherproofed plug for AC outlet, and then right down here we have our 12 volt plugs so that we can plug in a light or a 12 volt fan or likewise. So we'll get this wired up and test out the solar panel here in just a minute. So here's the Renogy panel. I'm going to open it up now and get it out of the box. Packed very nicely and packed in a manner that would protect the panel very well, so we'll get this foam off of it now. Okay, so here's our 50-watt solar panel, and you can see right here on the back that it's got its MC4 cables. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hook this into the back of the unit. Now keep in mind you can always get an extension for your MC4 cables, so you could hook this up outside, and you could always run the cords inside and leave the unit sitting inside, so you didn't have to have both outdoors. Okay, so I have my panel leaned up right now, and we can see right here, I'll darken this and you can see that it is charging. It's charging the unit up, so it is definitely working well. And like I said, you can always get an extension for that and run that indoors, the extension off of it, and leave your unit inside out of the weather. Now to charge this unit indoors, this comes with a charging adapter and power inverter unit for it. Now this ships separate from my unit that came with the fan. As far as I know, it comes in the box with the unit. They just ship that separate because they have the other stuff coming. But anyway, you take your clips here, and I'll show you here in just a moment, and we're going to attach that to the inverter, plug it in the wall, and right here it has a fuse, and you power that on, and we'll plug that to the back of the Outback Mate here, right here, and that will charge the unit up, and I'll show you how that looks here in just a moment. Okay, now we can see right here that it's showing full power. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that charging for a couple hours, and what I've done is I've plugged the charge unit in from the wall over to here onto the table, and then we've got our leads coming off over here, the hot end and the ground end, and then what I've done is I've unthreaded the leads where you can connect an additional battery to that, or some extra batteries depending on what you're doing on your setup. But anyway, this just clips directly in where those batteries would tie in, and that charges it. So like I said, I'm going to leave mine charging for an hour or two until it's full charge, and then I'm going to put it up until it's needed. Now just some final notes on this charging is that number one is whenever you go to charge this, make sure that all the switches on your unit itself are off, and then plug that in and then turn this on as far as the charging goes. Secondly is do not draw power from this device whenever you're charging it using the wall charge, because that could damage the unit, void your warranty. So don't do that. When you're needing to charge the thing by normal means out of the wall, that's fine, but don't discharge from the unit in the meantime until it's finished charging. Okay, so here's the third option that you have as far as getting power into the unit, is right here you can come off of alligator clips off your battery bank into the back where the threaded terminals is at, or what I'm doing is I'm coming straight off my solar that I already have into the threaded terminals on the back, and that's giving it a trickle charge instead of using the MC4, because I don't have that option with this. So there's a lot of flexibility with this unit that I just don't see with other things out there on the market. But like I said, you can come off the alligator clips off your batteries just like you'd be charging a vehicle, and then to those threaded terminals there as well to pull straight off the bank that you already have, giving you a lot more amp hours. Okay, so now what I'm going to show you is some loads hooked up to this. I'm actually using the AC outlet to run the DC fan. I know that's a little contradictory, but I just wanted to show you a demonstration of something AC plugged in. Now these DC fans are sold as Solaaron as well. You can find that in the accessories section. Really nice fans. The ratings on it, right there, it's rated at 15 watts. Okay. And you can run this straight in from 12 volt to 12 volt plug right there. So there's a couple different attachments. Matter of fact, there is an attachment where that you can run this to a 12 volt battery and plug into it as well right there. So I mean, quite a few options for running that fan later down the road. Now anyway, I've got a light from my illuminator kit. I've got it plugged in. You can also get these lights in the accessories section at Solaaron as well. But anyway, that's some of the loads hooked in. Obviously, you still got the input you can use right there, charge your cell phone or whatever needed. And just really neat. One thing I didn't bring up earlier is the vent areas. It's got plenty of vent for this unit not to get hot. And I think that's really important, because the cooler you keep your equipment, the better off it'll be and the longer it'll last. So anyway, there's some of the loads. Just wanted to share with you. Obviously, you can plug in whatever you want up to 500 watts, but definitely come in handy later down the road, and boy, that fan puts out wonderful. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the review of this unit. I think it's very handy. The availability of all the options you can use this for, it's so great. The fact that you can put large solar panel hookups direct into the back of it, that's just super for later down the road, because you can hook on the go, and the portability factor. Hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to check it out at Solaaron.com. And until we see you again here at Seven Trumpets Prepper Channel, I hope you have a most blessed day in Yahushua's name.